Tonight's Troubleshooters report is an update to a story we first reported last August. An Aransas Pass house burned down last May. The family living next door called us because rodents and roaches and transients are really impacting their lives and making it an eyesore in the neighborhood. City of Aransas Pass told us it was going to be a process to get it demolished. And now, 8 months later, it's still standing. So tonight, we ask why.
Now, your Action 10 News Troubleshooters report.
This is the house we're talking about on 10th Street in Aransas Pass. Ben Drake and his family have lived next door since 1980, but they called us for help getting something done about it. The tall, uncut grass and burned down house have become breeding grounds for rodents and roaches and transients, the Drakes say. The Troubleshooters spoke with Aransas Pass City Manager Gary Edwards on our first story. He told us the holdup was that the city wasn't having much success finding the legal owner of the property, and they still haven't. And that's a concern.
We know that it's ready for demolition. They just want to make sure someone's not going to pop up and say you should not have demolished it, so we're going to sue you.
And the city wants to avoid any legal issues, Edwards emphasized. And then there's the Board of Building Standards and Appeals, a 5 to 7 member civilian board who have to give their approval for the demolition. Edwards says they only meet when there are several properties to discuss, not just one.
They have to feel comfortable that we've done all that we can do to search for the owner and making sure that it's ready for demolition.
And once the approval is given, then the demolition has to be put up for bid. So it's still going to be a while before this property is torn down and cleaned up. And once that happens, it's likely the city will be responsible for maintaining the property. Another expense.
And that's another reason we have to be very careful before we start maintaining a property. We want to make sure that is in the city's best interest to do that. There's a big expense there.
Well, Mr. Edwards also adds that the city of Aransas Pass will put a lien on the property so it can try to recoup the expense of the demolition and maintenance if and when somebody tries to buy it. As always, if you have a story you want the Troubleshooters to check out, just send us an email at troubleshooters@kztv10.com.